Well, Grace is away. Christopher and Kristin will play. As Grace lives out her Hollywood dreams, Christopher and Kristin have taken over the WOAF with a Just Seggs episode that will leave you hiding your Wordle results and your chip dip. Come join them in a not-so-proverbial closet. Yes, they recorded in a closet, and we apologize for the sound quality as they bring you through not one but two new alternative segments. It's an episode that will leave you wondering, when is Grace coming back? Don't worry, she comes back next week.
They said that we'd grow out of it. Well, the joke's on them, that's just our brains. We're eccentric, loud, and stubborn, and most of our clothing is covered in stains. It's not a deficit of attention, there's just too much to think about. So if executive dysfunction becomes a little too much, if you forgot why you came in this room, or you're hypersensitive to touch, then put on your seamless socks and come join our little flock. Bitches stimming together, we're weirds of a feather. Weirds of a feather. Welcome to Weirds of a Feather, an AuDHD podcast. I'm your host, Kristin Stanhope.
I'm a supporting host, Christopher Wynn.
Yes, that's right. Today,
guest host.
We have a guest host, an interim host in replace of Grace, because Grace is in LA.
Hollywood!
She's on her way to Hollywood to make it big. And so she's left us behind temporarily.
Little peasants.
We are just plebeians.
Oh.
What?
We're plebeians.
We are plebeians. We are plebes.
You know?
Yeah.
She's on the pedestal.
Yeah. She's gonna make it big. No, she's on a work trip for like one of her other many jobs, and so rather than miss out on an episode, we decided we're gonna go rogue and we're gonna record a Just Seggs. We got a Just Seggs for you.
Just Seggs.
Just Seggs. And it's gonna be great. We're gonna have a great time. But Christopher.
Yes.
You have a warm-up question for us, do you not? I need to be warm.
I do indeed. It's mildly above lukewarm to room temperature, but I think it'll do the job.
All right. Let's hear it.
All right. So my warm-up question is, what is your Patronus? What is your kindred spirit if you had to choose the animal that most matches your inner soul? If you want, I can go first. Real or imaginary, doesn't matter.
Okay. I have two.
Okay. So
you go first.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
For me personally, I would have to side with the jackalope.
I knew you were going to say that.
Of course. I mean, you're staring at one right now. It's obviously, it's the jackalope. It's, for those of you that don't know what a jackalope is, it's a totally 100% real animal from the Pacific Southwest. You can find them in all kinds of stores. It is a rabbit or a hare that has antlers. Totally real. 100%. Yep. Fact check me. Bring it on. But it's also because it is cunning. It's got to evade its captors. It's got to be quick thinking. The only way for it to survive, because it is a prey animal, even though it's got antlers naturally, realistically, totally real. Real animal, not fake.
What is the advantage of antlers on a jackalope, you think?
Okay, well, imagine you are a bobcat, and you're not paying attention, and a jackalope has spotted you first, and then it runs at the high speed of 35 to 40 miles an hour and drives those into your side.
I feel like if I was a bobcat, one little with my big old paws.
If you hear it. Or you're charging and you pounce, and it turns and puts its antlers up.
Antlers, yeah. Okay, that's fair.
You mess with the jackalope, you get the antlers, as the classic saying goes.
Yeah, okay. All right, I have two. I have one real and one imaginary.
Okay.
So I didn't know, but I would say my Patronus would probably be a grizzly bear, specifically the ones in Alaska who are on like the National Parks Fat Bear of the Year award.
Are those the ones that wave back when you wave at them?
No. I would do no
bummer.
waving. No, it's the ones. So they're in Alaska. First of all, a bear, of course, because they hibernate, and I'm very much like dependent on the sun.
Sure.
And I do like come out of my hidey hole in the springtime as like a renewed person. And I think I want to like aspire to be a grizzly bear because basically I have a bunch of every year the National Park Service has like Fat Bear of the Year or something where all these bears, they like rate the fattest bears and you can vote online. When it happens again, I'll put a link in like on Instagram or something, but it's like the funniest thing and you get to vote on the fattest bear. And I want to be a fat bear.
So it's all about fame and prosperity.
Well, no, I want to sleep for half the year, and then I want to wake up and I want people to cherish my big fat body.
Okay, that's fair,
right? I think it's a wonderful life.
Totally get it.
That's what I would like to be. I don't know if that really answers your question, but I think
it's your Patronus.
Here's my other one.
Yeah,
this one's probably a little bit more realistic, even though it's a made up thing.
Okay,
it is one of the water wraiths from the ACOTAR series, which I know you haven't read that, but imagine A Court of Thorns and Roses. It's like the fairy smut.
Oh yeah, no,
yeah,
not
yet.
Haven't delved into that one yet.
So it's a fictional character. Basically, it's this lady.
Mm-hmm.
She's a wraith, so she's like skinny. She lives alone in the swamp with her other wraith friends, and they just sit there. And I can just imagine them just like gossiping about like normal humans. They don't know how to pay their taxes. I mean, it comes up. I think that would be mine. Is this like kind of like sad, depressed person who doesn't know how to do basic human tasks and just wants to live alone in the swamp? So I think that would be like the more realistic one. But if I had to aspire to be an animal, it would definitely be one of the fat bears in Alaska.
Chubby Alaska bears.
Yeah,
not elastic.
Chomping on salmon all day. It just sounds
living your best life.
Yeah. You're worshipped by like the internet, which you don't understand.
Yeah.
You know?
That's actually even more realistic.
Right?
It's funny because you coming up with two and having a realistic and unrealistic. I feel like now the jackalope is my unrealistic, and the more realistic I would want to be
fat bear with me. We hibernate together.
Well, that would be fantastic.
Okay.
But I would say Odin's third raven no one's heard about, like the stepbrother. Like you got Hugin and Munin and Steve, who's just kind of like,
Steve's bringing like local gossip.
It's cool. Yeah, exactly.
He's like, you hear about Janet?
Yeah. Oh my God. Like spread it. No, but those are great Patroni. Yeah,
I don't
Patroni.
know.
We both said at the same time, makes it law, Patroni.
I think that's a great question. I'm going to put it as a poll for sure. So you can look on Instagram for that. But yeah, tell us what your Patronus is. If you want to, have a big in-depth discussion, you can DM us.
Absolutely. Email.
Happily discuss Patroni with you.
Yes.
But yeah, that was great. Now I feel toasty. I'm feeling toasty.
Me too. Not just because we're recording in a closet.
We are recording covered in blankets.
Oh yeah, gotta. We do not have the pod loft.
We don't even have 3 felt curtains in a parent's basement.
Nope.
I should have worn more deodorant.
We got a 2x4 with a lot of blankets.
Cozy is an understatement.
I've lost 3 pounds already. Sweat Lodge podcast.
Yeah. Do you want to get into...
Let's get into it.
Do you know the song? It's Around.
I didn't know about the song. I just knew about making funny voices.
No, it goes, this time it's different. Everything has changed. And I go, this is who I am now. And then you go,
Okay.
First of all, Grace, I know you're listening. Aren't you so proud of me?
She has the songs down this time.
I have the songs.
She's not even looking them up.
I knew it. It's like, I don't know.
Serendipitous, but it's
weird.
not.
But okay, here we go.
This time it's different. Everything has changed.
This is who I am now.
This is who I am now. I was just going to hold as long as you did.
I have asthma. I can't hold it that long.
Okay.
Christopher.
Yes?
Who are you now?
I am a cold frame engineer.
Oh, engineer.
I'm gonna run with it.
You really are. You did like a bunch of algebra to make that.
I literally used the Pythagorean theorem to figure out how to do this stuff.
Who would have thought that would come back?
So many decades later, all of a sudden, a squared plus b squared equals this side of this fucking cold frame.
Yeah.
But yes, I drew up some blueprints, did some...
Explain what a cold frame is.
Cold frame, as I've been told, because I've literally not been able to remember that phrase for the past few months that I've been working on it. It's essentially, think of a hutch mixed with a greenhouse so that you can store plants outside in the winter. You know more about
Yeah, it's like a little, it's supposed to be small, but you made kind of like an altarpiece, which I'm not complaining about. It's quite large.
I mean, you said pallet wood and cinder blocks. Yeah. And I thought that won't survive.
It won't.
The winter. So instead I did pressure treated wood and made it 4 feet by 6.5 feet with 3 shelves. And
it's quite nice.
Polyplastic wrapped and an opening hutch that will soon have a pulley device that will open the door.
Soon. to be continued.
Soon.
But basically it's last year I had this issue with my bonsai trees where I didn't know how to store them in the cold. Some of them needed to be stored at a temperature that was just above freezing so they wouldn't freeze, but not too warm that they would not enter dormancy.
Okay.
Does that make sense? And so we have like this big glass breezeway system, but it just was too cold and I was trying to figure it out. And so a lot of people recommended a cold frame. So I found a Pinterest article on how to build one out of like scrap material. and you were like, no way. And then built this like 3-story altarpiece. To me, I'm like already being cherished, just like my fat grizzly bear.
There you go.
Dreams.
I'll carve you a fat grizzly bear to go on the top shelf.
Thank you. But yeah, I'm very proud of you. You worked really hard on that. Not only did you stick with it when it was really hard, but you finished the project, which is really good.
Honestly, one of the hardest things to do. I mean, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you like it. And we'll see how it lasts through the winter.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I mean, the real question about the whole thing is, Kristin, who are you now?
I am a presentation giver. Last week I gave a presentation on wound care to my colleagues and it went really well. I'm very proud of myself because I worked really hard on it.
You did a lot of preparation?
I did. The hardest part was just finding the pictures. I know the material, but the pictures were tough. And they were gross because it was all gangrene.
I can vouch for that because I got to sit through the preliminary while we were eating dinner, and I learned a lot about gangrene.
Yeah, you think gangrene's too gross for an info dump? DM me at Weirds of a Feather on Instagram. Yeah. I know you would say no, but I feel like we have different listeners that different tolerances of grossness. Let me know if you think if gangrene's too much. I know a lot about it. I feel like it'd be really interesting.
I mean, I learned there were 3 different types.
There are 3 different types.
I thought it was just gangrene, not gangrenes.
Yeah, they're multiple. Yes. See, all these things you could be learning. I know Susan's out there being like, no.
So many pictures. Yeah. Wait for it, Susan.
But I think that would be a good info dump coming your way. But if I get a big backlash being like, no, we couldn't possibly, this is not what we signed up for. This is supposed to be about like ADHD.
Can't be worse than cannibalism.
Well, it
fair enough.
Could.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me know.
Depending on your taste.
If you're really opposed to it, let me know about it and we can talk about it. And if you're not, then we got a new info dump coming your way. Woo! All right.
Okay, so we're on to the next topic, which is definitely not being ad-libbed right now.
No, it's we got it down.
No, it's 100%. We got it. You ready?
Yeah. We got it. Let's move on to quirks. We also don't have a kazoo. Which is an issue.
I'll be the kazoo.
You're the Mizzou. The band kazoo.
Mizzou. Yeah. Perfect.
Okay. All right. Some people call me. I thought you were gonna kazoo.
Oh God. Okay. You sing the words, then I can't get them wrong.
And you're gonna get.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Some people call me crazy. Oh shit! I fucked it up. Okay, wait. One more time. We got it.
Okay, ready?
All right, for real now. Some people call me spacey. Some people call me fun, but I'm just quirky.
Nailed it.
We're gonna edit out those first 2 attempts.
Yeah, they're gonna be in there.
Got it. We don't even need Grace.
Almost texted her for the words.
No, don't text her.
Didn't though.
No, we nailed it.
So why are you quirky?
Me, I have 3. You ready? Okay.
Yeah.
Number 1, I believe with my whole heart.
Wow.
That.
Oh. Sorry.
That all social events should have name tags, regardless of how small.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Agreed. 100%.
It should be just like you walk into the door, here's a name tag, fill it out.
Absolutely.
I don't care how small it is. I don't care if you've been working with these people for like 20 years. They should have name tags.
I don't care if it's your mom's birthday. Let's do it.
Government name, too. First and last.
That's a lot. But I get where you're coming from.
Yeah. I firmly believe that.
Okay.
At work, at the hospital.
Is this number 2?
This is number 2.
Okay.
Numero dos.
Ooh.
I've been doing Duolingo. That means number 2.
Duolingo means number 2.
At work, we no longer have a mandatory mask mandate.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're able to wear masks if you want to wear a mask. I choose to wear a mask because for selfish reasons. 1, because I want to protect my patients and blah, blah, blah. But also, I have this not so irrational fear of like accidentally inhaling like foot flakes, skin flakes.
Yeah.
Because I'm always working on feet and people have really dry skin, especially the elderly. And it's a whole big thing. And they go everywhere. The last thing I want to do is like accidentally inhale one of those suckers.
That's fair.
It's like I wear glasses or goggles too, even though I don't need glasses because I want my eyes protected too. I just have this like I don't think it's irrational. I think
no, it's really not.
It like upsets me when I see flakes and I'm like, oh, they're extra flaky. But I make sure I have my mask on.
I do have one question.
Yes.
And it's a phrase that we used when I went to school for massage therapy and holistic. All that. Mm-hmm. How often do you guys use the phrase sloughing when talking about?
Almost every day.
Oh, okay.
Almost every day.
I find it so fascinating.
And then the act of
so
sloughing.
Gross. Yeah, removing the slough.
Yes, because slough is like this bacterial burden, and you got to get rid of it. Can't have that in a wound; it won't heal.
Okay.
So there's slough, which is like the noun, and then sloughing is like that stuff just kind of like falling off.
Now imagine
that's a verb.
You're massaging an elderly person using oil, and it's now soaked in to that slough, and you go to move down that limb, and it just all like.
Is there a wound there?
No,
you
it's just
massage wounds.
No, we wouldn't.
Okay,
that's a contraindication. We wouldn't touch them. But dried dead skin, skin cells, oil mixes in, and you do one long stroke down the shin, and all of a sudden it's like.
Oh my God.
You guys order all this Play-Doh, like, exactly.
Oh my God, no.
That was my only question about stuff. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh,
no, sorry. Number three.
Number 3.
Quirky. I'm so quirky. Sorry.
For some reason, and you know this more than anyone.
Yes.
But especially when I'm on my period, I always forget to flush the toilet.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know what it is. I get my period, I just don't flush the toilet anymore. My brother actually thought I was dying one time in high school because it was a heavy clot day, which is way too much information. But
doesn't know what women are.
He doesn't understand. But I just can't learn to flush the friggin' toilet. I just don't know.
Honestly,
it doesn't bother you, thank God.
It helps me aiding in your hydration because I can tell you, like, hey, you got to drink a lot more water right now.
I don't know what's wrong with me. It's like always, it's like, oh, time of the month. I guess I'm just not going to flush a toilet ever again.
Well, I mean, to be honest.
For the next week.
For usual, tropes. It's still not as bad as 90% of guys who don't flush, put the seat down, all that shit.
Shoot. I do wash my hands. I do forget to flush.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm so quirky.
You're so quirky. Oh, gosh.
Christopher?
Yes?
What's your quirk? What are your quirks?
So my quirk is kind of sewn into like a past trauma. Like, just kind of something happened, and now I'm so quirky.
Okay. Oh, exciting.
It kind of all, yeah, it's super, super funny. It kind of always existed, but a few years ago, I went to this super fancy establishment with a good friend who we refer to as Socks because we're both named Chris and we just had nicknames growing up. So Socks and I went to this super fancy establishment. It's usually only illustrated by like initials. BWW, Buffalo Wild Wings. And so while we were waiting for food, I went to the bathroom and I noticed when I went into the stall that the lock was a little off kilter, a little janky, but I put it in there. Like, cool. All right. Sit down and do my business. Always super nervous about this. And then a man in his 80s at least jostled the door when he came in. You can always see somebody's feet are sticking down. You know,
especially in American bathrooms.
There's so much space.
Gaps.
Like you could look in the side and see more.
God forbid there's some privacy in the bathroom.
But he jingled it and it jangled and opened
he didn't
wide
knock?
Open. Nope. He just on the door and it just opened and there I am in the most vulnerable state that I could ever be in. And we both just looked at each other and had this like, I know that I did the whole like, occupied. And he just like looked at me and went, and I'm like, shut the fucking door. Like, what are you doing? And no matter what, I don't care if you're home or not, by myself, nobody's here. I lock the bathroom door every single time.
Is that that's why it's always locked? Or I'm trying to like sneak towels or something.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, if I'm just gonna go take a shower real quick and I know you're home, I still lock the door.
That's so
because
weird.
It's like personal preservation in your most vulnerable state. Because I had
trying to get in there.
Joe Biden walk into my stall, and it was so upsetting. But I've always been like that. Like I locked the door no matter what.
Joe.
Yeah, he wasn't sleeping that day. We were both very awake. But yes, that was. I'm so quirky.
You're so quirky. All right, Christopher, sorry about your past traumas, but now we're going to get into this week's Alternative Segments. Alternative Segments. Now you say
segments.
There you go. Okay, nice. We got there. All right. We got 2 different alternative segments for you all. The first one is called Unfortunate Core Memories. Christopher, you made this one up. You made both of these up. This one's called Unfortunate Core Memories. And just explain how this one goes, because I think I did it right, but I don't know.
Okay. So, unfortunate core memories are something that happened to you that now anytime you do, I mean, actually quite similar to going to the bathroom and locking
no
matter what.
That sounded like an unfortunate core memory.
It was right up. It's in there.
All right. Well, I did this one wrong then.
That's all right. Do you want to go first then?
Wait, keep explaining because I interrupted you.
So, core memory, something that's going to stick with you forever. Unfortunate core memory, something not so great happened.
Yes.
And it sticks with you forever.
Okay.
So I can do mine and give you an example.
I'll do mine first because I think.
All right. Go ahead.
Because it seems like, correct me if I'm wrong, because of your unfortunate core memory, it has changed your behavior.
Yeah, and it's made me super quirky.
Okay, mine hasn't really changed my behavior, but it's just kind of like an unfortunate core memory.
What is it?
So this would be at my paternal grandfather's funeral. I know.
Oh, geez.
So we're off to a good start.
Yes, this is already going really well.
When my grandmother died before my grandfather, but before she died, she made sure that everything was taken care of as far as their funeral, which is actually very nice of her. So down to like the color of the casket, which she had some pretty interesting colors. And one of the things is for both of their, funerals, she did not want the family to have to drive to the service and to the cemetery. First, she was like, no, they shouldn't have to drive. So she passes first, and then a couple of years later, my grandfather passes. And my grandfather passes during a blizzard is when the funeral was. And it was actually quite pretty because we get to the cemetery and he was in the Navy, so they played the taps as like the snow was coming down. It was very echoey. It was very picturesque.
Yeah.
And I love to remember that day as that. But instead, what I remember is helping my dad and my brother shovel out the limo that just ate it into the snowbank next to our house because my grandmother ordered us a limo to pick us up from the service, but we had like 2 feet of snow that day.
Classy.
And so and we were like telling the limo driver, like, no, like, don't do it. It's too, we'll take the truck. And she's like, nope, it's got to happen. But you paid for a service. And we're like, it's not worth it. And so we're all in like funeral attire, like with our shovels, because she didn't have a shovel on her.
Roll up your tuxes, boys. It's time to dig out the limo.
4 shovels. Let's go. So we had to like haul her out, and then she got stuck again, so my brother had to get out and push half the time. And that's how I remember that day. It was quite comical.
I mean, that's fair.
It's like kind of an unfortunate core memory.
No, that's absolutely. It's
like
this is the first time we're doing this, so it's like how you interpret.
Right.
That is an unfortunate core memory. It's gonna stick with you forever.
Oh, forever.
And anytime you see a limo now, you're gonna think of
I'll never go in a limo again.
Nick having to push. Which is kind of
good
enjoyable.
This is good for him.
Yeah. It's a growing experience.
Yeah. What's your unfortunate core memory?
So pretty much along almost the exact same lines.
Okay.
So when I was about 6 or 7, I remember it was just my mom and I in our car on the freeways of Southern California. We're in San Diego. And I was zoning out, picking my nose avidly. Okay. And when I finally dialed back in and stopped zoning out, there was a pair of teenage girls in the car next to me just laughing and pointing. And my mom, bless her heart, she saw what was happening, and her way of like making okay was like starting to laugh and pretending to pick her nose and like flick and like, ha ha ha, we're having fun, right? Ha ha ha, like, let me diffuse the situation. I cannot, if I feel there's bats in the caves in the car, I have to lose all traffic around me before I can do anything to try to do
like
anything.
An empty field.
Like, seriously, just pull back and just hit the brakes and like create a bubble. Because no matter what, I always think like, they're watching.
I think a surgeon told me once, there are those who pick their nose and there are those who lie about picking their nose.
And that's fine. I know everybody picks their nose. But since that moment, 30 years ago, I cannot pick my nose without trying to hide it. In the car, like, it doesn't matter. No one can be around. I'm still like checking my mirrors. Like, where are they? They're going to show up and point and laugh. And so that is an unfortunate core memory.
I'm so sorry.
It's all right. Made me who I am today. Secret picker.
All right. And that is the end of unfortunate core memories. And now we're on to the next one.
Yeah.
Which is called the Tism
Tickle.
Yes. This is another one you came up with. I love this
Yes.
one.
I actually came up with it when we were going to Home Depot that one day.
Really?
And we were at the stoplight and something tickled my brain that was happening at that moment. And I went like, this is my because we always joke about the Peter Tingle.
From Spider-Man.
But changed it to the Tism Tickle. Right. And it's something that just hits your brain in the right way.
Yeah.
That tickles your tism. So you're just like, oh, that's so satisfying.
Yes.
And I love it. You find it randomly. You never know what's going to happen. All of a sudden it happens. And you're just like, whoa, this is perfect.
All right.
You want to go first?
I don't care.
All right. Well, there we go.
Okay.
Truth tell.
Okay. All right. I'll go first. I got one.
Go for it. Because I got 3.
Oh, you have 3? Jesus.
Well, same topic, but 3 of them.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got 1.
All right.
At work.
Yes.
I work in a surgical service.
What?
I know.
Oh my God.
We work on your arteries.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Learning a lot.
We do a procedure called a femoral endarterectomy, which is basically where we dig down to your femoral artery, we open it up, and we take out something called plaque, which is a mix between just cholesterol and calcium and badness. Blocks your arteries, so we got to scoop it out with like a small spatula. It can be as hard as a tooth, which is best case scenario because it comes out all in one piece.
Easier to remove.
And when it does, it's the most fucking satisfying thing I've ever. It just, you tug, because you got to tug. You can't just like yank it out. You slowly tug it out. Almost like, have you ever seen a botfly removal?
Oh, yes. Too many.
You know how they like slowly and then it's always bigger than you expect it to be. That's exactly what it is. It's and you're like, oh my God, that was in there.
That's like on par with removing the new film off an electronic, like all in one.
Yes.
That's what that says to me. It's like that whole like one quick swipe, like, but it's in one piece.
Yes.
Okay, I totally
Or when
get that.
you remove a sticker off of something and you somehow get it off in one piece.
Oh my God.
And you're like, I am a god.
Yeah. No one can touch me. Yes. I get that. Okay. That makes sense.
It's my favorite surgery to do. I love it because of that. It's so satisfying. You get it all in one piece.
That is that is nice. Insanely satisfying. Anything that's supposed to come out in chunks and you get it in one.
Well, yeah. Sometimes it comes out. Sometimes you can have what's called a soft plaque.
And
that's
it's
not good. That can embolize.
The whole point of this is that when it comes out in one piece, it is
so satisfying.
Like, you're just like,
absolutely. Oh. And I do make comments about it. I go, oh.
Of course.
Nice.
I would be upset if you didn't.
All right. Yeah. If someone's taking plaque out of my arteries, I want them to comment. I want to know what's the peanut.
Did you get it in one shot?
Was it one thing? Or did it come out in chunks?
Exactly.
I want the play-by-play after they do the surgery.
I totally get it, though.
Yeah. I want to know what went on.
Because there's so many different facets of that same thing where it is like, peeling off the sticker or doing this or like, oh my God, I know a lot of people don't like this, but you're sunburnt. And you're peeling it and it's one giant patch
thing.
That never breaks.
Yes.
Oh,
talking about a lot of gross stuff this episode.
Yeah,
but
we're gross people.
We are gross people, and we found each other. That's great.
What's up, gross soulmate?
Yeah. What are you? Tell me about your tickles.
Well, slightly different than yours.
Okay.
Mine tickle more like the I don't know. They're all music centered.
Okay.
But they tickle various parts of my brain that I think also touch not just on the TISM, but the ADHD side of it.
Oh, sure.
I actually picked out 3 bands, 1 song from each.
Okay.
That a particular song hits all the right spots and just tickles my TISM like nobody's business.
Is it
like
the song you've been listening to on repeat for the past
which one?
6 months? There's one song.
Yes, and it's on there. So the 3 main ones.
Okay.
2 of them fairly new, only because they're also fairly new.
Because we don't.
And that's why I didn't queue anything up. I'm just going to give the name of the band and the song.
Okay.
And that's it. You can look them up. Strongly recommend it.
Okay.
But going through it in no particular order, one of them, Baby Metal, is the name of the band.
Okay.
Which think like heavy metal music mixed with like K-pop, which is like Korean pop music.
This is great. This is a great combo.
Yes.
But I didn't know that could be done.
Until I showed you and you're like, oh my God, this like goes together pretty well. But it's like starts out really heavy and then all of a sudden cuts into like 3 younger Korean girls dancing with like the K-pop and like
14.
singing like super bubbly. And then all of a sudden like, ooh, you're like, holy shit, this goes really well. So that was the first one I ever discovered. The next one, which is one that I listened to last year on repeat for about 6 months. Which is crazy because it's not like I approve of the lead singer or anything that he's been involved with, but this particular song.
Didn't he kill a guy?
No. His friend did. He was just there.
He was an accomplice.
Well, no. He showed up. There was a fight. We didn't get into the whole thing, but he had brass knuckles in his pocket, which was illegal in the States, so he went to jail. But no, he was being backup.
What about the right to bear arms?
Oh, well, he actually didn't have any like arms of bears on him.
Oh, okay.
He had brass knuckles, which bears aren't grown with. So didn't count. But it is, the band is Falling in Reverse. The song is Watch the World Burn. And it's so weird because it literally transitions into 4 or 5 different styles of hip hop and rap styles from particular ones. Like there is most definitely like an Eminem stage and like Tech 9 and everything. And then it suddenly cuts into, well, it hits like the fastest rapping you're ever going to hear. It's cool. I'll edit it out. The fastest rapping you're ever going to hear. And then all of a sudden goes into this like Bohemian Rhapsody style orchestral. And then into screamo and then like death metal. I don't know. It's just, there's enough
genres in
3.5 minutes. Like it is 100% ADHD in one song. And so it hit all of the tickles I needed for my tism.
Every single tickle.
And the last one, it was actually relatively new, it's actually a collaboration between Baby Metal and another band who is blowing up on TikTok and has been for a while, Electric Callboy.
Were they on Eurovision?
No idea.
No. Okay.
I'm in America. The only Eurovision I know of is the movie on Netflix with Will Ferrell.
No.
Which is actually hilarious.
Actually, shit went down at Eurovision this year.
I know, but Ireland, whoop, whoop. But Electric Callboy, very much on the lines of Baby Metal, where it's like, you've got this melodic, like electric dancey, and then all of a sudden this really heavy. Well, Baby Metal and Electric Callboy recently came out with a collaboration, but a collaboration between them that is just the perfect like amalgamation of their styles of music.
You like a lot of mixing of genres.
I do, and I didn't know that until I started discovering these and seeing like, oh, okay, as I'm getting used to this, throw me a curveball. What? And I love it.
So just to recap, the songs are Falling in Reverse,
Watch the World Burn.
Okay, and the author, the song person, the artist, the band. Thank you.
You said it at the beginning. Falling in Reverse is the band.
Is the band, and the song is
Watch the World Burn. That's correct.
Okay, and then the band is Baby Metal.
Yes.
And then the song is called.
There are two.
Two.
The first one is called Line with an exclamation point. LINE exclamation point.
Okay.
And then there's Electric Callboy.
Yes.
And one of the songs is, I believe it's We Got the Moves. And then there's the song that Baby Metal and Electric Callboy do together called Rat-a-tat.
Rat-a-tat.
As in like...
Ratatouille?
Yes, it's all about Disney's Pixar rat that helps cook. No, more like machine gun noises.
Oh.
Rat-a-tat. Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. So,
okay.
Yeah. So a song that switches genres randomly within that tickles my tism. That's mine.
I love it.
Me too.
All right.
Alternative.
And that has been Alternative Segments. Thank you for listening.
So now I believe we're moving on. What's that? Do you hear that? Off in the distance. Who's that? Angry nerd?
Choo choo.
Oh, God.
Clap, 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 clap.
Oh, no.
Clap, clap.
I'm on the tracks. It's coming right for us.
That's right. We are coming into the station, but first, I'm going to stop at the pizza shop.
Oh, my God, there's a station.
Yeah. And pick up some pizza for some pizza secrets.
Lovely.
Yeah. You ready?
Absolutely.
All right. Do you know the song?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This is the one we've got down. Both of us. Okay. Ready?
Pizza secrets. Tell me your secrets.
Pizza secrets.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I didn't know you could go that deep.
That
was all her. I didn't even do any.
I can do baritone if I need to.
All right. I would love for you, please, to go first.
Okay.
Because if I do mine first, you're going to be too enraged to...
Okay. Oh, no.
Yeah. Mine involves you.
Oh, no. Okay, well, mine also involves you.
Oh, shit. All right, same time. Ready? Okay. 3, 2, no, I'm just kidding. Okay. Go.
So, last week, we had our lovely friend Melanie over.
Yep.
For dinner.
I remember.
Mm-hmm. And we had burgers and dogs.
Okay.
And you also had me make a dip.
Okay.
With sour cream.
Yeah, the French onion dip.
The French onion dip with the sour cream and you with the ruffled chips.
Yeah, I like pre-set up everything. You just put that in there and stir it.
Mm-hmm. Which I did. It came out really well, right? You ate quite a bit of it, right?
Oh, God. You didn't do it.
I did. But as I was getting something else, and I go back into the kitchen, our youngest child / cat, John Ralphio, had his whole friggin' face in the dip, eating it. And
which means he has good taste.
I just took it.
Don't worry about it.
And I just wiped him. And then I kind of got a knife and I kind of zhuzhed it up. And then I
served it to me.
I literally brought it right out.
This is just after I had an accident and drove a whole drill through my finger and then cooked for you guys.
Yeah.
And I am not upset at all. That's really fine. I'm not worried about it. I've grown up with animals.
Going to be more upset if she ever hears this.
Yeah, that'd probably upset her.
Yeah. Good thing she doesn't listen.
Yeah, that's fair. That's hilarious, though. I wish honestly.
Oh no!
I'm more upset that I didn't get to see his face covered in French onion dip.
There was a little cat face imprinted into the thing. He really got in there.
It's the rolled meat tray all over again.
I've done it again.
It's you. I'm gonna tell your mom.
Keep serving
That's
people.
That's fucking hilarious.
Oh my God! And
you only get treats nibbled on by cats.
I heard him before I.
Oh shit!
Because he had made that
Oh no! Oh,
that sound, And I was oh my God! And then I look over and I'm like, oh my God!
Which is crazy because he literally, all of our cats, somehow we are #blessed. They don't eat human food. They don't get it into our shit. We can literally order food, put it downstairs, open it up. They never touch it.
No.
So that
is wild.
I'm more upset that I didn't get to see it than I did eating after him.
Chomping on that. And how you had diarrhea the next 2 days?
Oh my God, it all makes sense now. Oh, me too, bro. Me too. No. Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yeah. I kind of felt bad, but I was like, there's too much going on.
Oh, there was so much.
There's a lot.
I mean, there was blood. There was fire.
It's all you wanted was your dip. It's the one thing I know how to do. If you set it up.
You just stir it.
Exactly. You just apparently can't even do that right.
Well, he was helping.
I immediately took it out. I was like, you can't get it if it's
stirring
outside.
with his face. He's just trying to help.
So gross.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pizza
secret.
Honestly, that's fucking hilarious.
Oh, man.
But I had no idea. I ate that whole entire thing. I know you did.
Melanie ate quite a bit, too. I didn't because it has dairy in it, and I don't like sour cream.
Yeah, I know. That's why
but I probably would have if I could.
If you didn't have an entire cat face in it.
Yeah.
That's fair. But also hilarious. Holy shit. I had no idea.
That pizza secret I was going to call Dip Dippers.
Fantastic.
Yeah, what's your pizza secret?
Well, if you're creating a title for yours.
Yeah.
I would call mine Wordle hurdles.
Uh-oh.
But not hurdles like you jump over, HURT. Because I've been cheating.
On Wordle?
Yeah.
With me?
Yeah.
No.
Yes. Solely because months ago you told me, after I told you what my initial word is.
Yes.
That you started using it.
Beard.
And I have.
It's the best one.
Used every day that you send me, here's my Wordle score. I look at the first line and go, all right, so that one's in it. That one's in it. Where is this going to fall? Okay, so that's there. So I can skip this. I don't have to use this word. And I'm based all of my guesses solely off of you using my word first.
I got to get a new word.
Yes, you do. Because I have been
beard is so good.
I know. That's why I use it. But since you started using it, you've been saving me 2 steps. Because I'm like, there's an E, R, and a D. Let me mix them up and see what else I can get.
1 or 2.
Because you did the groundwork for me. so I'm coming clean.
Liar.
Word hurdles. I'm sorry, but you've really helped my Wordle scores. So
really
thank
funny.
you. And there's still times you get it before me. And I'm like use
sometimes
the same word.
Like
it's just
I didn't get it today. I don't know what.
I didn't try it today. But I've had times where I know that you've used beard, and I see you get it in like 3.
Mm-hmm.
But I also know that third one was a complete guess. And then I get to like the 6th frame, and I'm like, I have no fucking clue what this word is.
I hate that.
And so there's balance, but for the most part, I was cheating. I was using
your inside intel.
I was using insider information to score better, which is ridiculous because it's literally between you and I.
The government.
No. But yes, that is my pizza secret.
Oh my God. I wonder, I'll make another poll question. What's your Wordle word to begin with?
Yeah.
Do you know what Wordle is?
Or what communal game do you cheat at?
Yeah.
Words with friends?
You don't want to. It's a secret.
We all have one.
Yeah. Well, that's it. What time are we at?
I don't know. I'm colorblind.
Jeez. Okay.
About 45 minutes.
All right.
Give or take.
Wow. If you enjoyed listening to this podcast.
I did.
You did.
Oh, I was in it. Sorry.
You were in it. You can find us wherever you find your podcasts, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, all those things. Podbean. Whatever
you think of.
Yeah, you can find us on Instagram. Every Monday I post polls, and then on Wednesday I post the results. They're pretty funny. I really crack up listening to you guys. We are also on Facebook. We have a lovely Facebook group where people post all their things. We have people posting artwork, people posting struggles or victories. We love it. And lastly, you can also visit our website at weirdsofeather.com, where we have lots of pictures of Grace and I looking like we're in a romantic relationship.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I put them there.
We have a link. Yeah, I know. We have a link to our merch site, which is in the stages of
constantly new developments and new merchandise being added to it.
So
the Patreon, everything is all linked right in there.
We're getting attached. There. It's all attached. And yeah, you can find us there. You can also, if you're like, I don't have the budget for Patreon, what you could do is follow and subscribe and give us a 5-star review, because last time I checked, we're only accepting 5 stars.
I actually fully edited the site. Nothing below that will show up.
Oh, okay, great.
I don't have that kind of power. I don't know how to do that.
But yeah, you can give us a 5-star review, or 5 stars, or you could write us a review on like Apple or Spotify. That really helps us and boosts us up.
Find us on Yelp. No, I'm just kidding.
We're on DoorDash.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, Christopher, thank you so much for guest hosting. This has been lovely, as hot as it is in this closet.
It's so warm.
It's very warm. I'm
happy to be here.
Really happy to be here, just not like physically.
Can't wait to get out of this closet.
Because it's quite warm.
Can't wait to get out of the closet.
Oh God! What's wrong with your bird?
There was no warning. Cheep, cheep.